welcome to Snow Dogs Cooking. This is part 2 of a 2-part series. Only if you want to use the first thing we made in this video as well. We're gonna make apple turnovers with salted caramel on top. And if you want to know how to make the salted caramel, I will link that at the end and down in the video description below. If you want to make the apple turnovers, you watch this video. We're gonna teach you how to do that. And don't worry, if I can cook it, so can you, because like I said before, I'm really not good at this. But I have help. So having help helps.
Being smart helps.
Yeah.
Look, brown sugar, awesome container.
I will put some Amazon affiliate links for some of this stuff down below as well. And as always, we have the best kitchen helper. I lost second best kitchen helper.
Oh, she's gone.
She was right here. Now she's gone. Where you at? Oh, she's on the couch. Second best kitchen helper. You're no help at all, but we'll call you third best kitchen helper. I feel like you should be the first best kitchen helper, but you know, it's the moral support right there. That's the one. You might get stuff this time because there's apples.
Oh, you will probably get something.
Look at she opened her eyes. She's like, "Did you say apples?"
Yeah, I gotta get my slicer.
Okay, so I think I have everything together that you're going to need for this recipe. You're going to need 4 to 5 medium apples. We're using Honeycrisp. Use whatever you would like. You are also going to need a 1/4 cup of salted butter. You are going to need a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Make sure it's packed really well. You need 1½ teaspoons of cinnamon. Now, you can also add nutmeg and clove to this, but I don't like either of those things in an apple pie filling flavor, so we're just using cinnamon. But, you know, a tisp, whatever, we're just not adding those things. You are also going to need 2 tisps of cornstarch and 2 tisps of water, but we'll get to that when we get to that. And then you're going to need your puff pastry, which we are using already made puff pastry because it's easy. You're going to need an egg, and you are going to need a beautiful batch of salted caramel, which, like I said, if you guys want to learn how to make this, we did that in the previous video. We'll link it down below, but it looks amazing. We got our super cool apple peeler. Now we're going to use this to peel the apples, but then we're actually going to use this to slice our apples. Oh my goodness. You know what this means? Apple noodles. Oh, weird. Second best kitchen helper comes out of nowhere. First best kitchen helper is over here like, maybe it's time. Would you like an apple noodle? All right, we'll get you one. All right, while Dad's peeling apples, would you like an apple noodle? What? Rejected? You don't like Honeycrisp apples, do you? She's like, maybe. Okay, change my mind. I take the apple noodle while I lay down. Yum, 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 yum. All right, can you sit? Apple noodle? Yeah. All right, let's go give third best kitchen helper an apple noodle. Hey, third best kitchen helper. I have something for you. It's an apple noodle. Yeah. Kira's like, oh man, apple noodle? I take it from this side? Yeah. You could Lady in the Tramp it with her. What do you think? Oh, she's like, oh, we're having apples? Oh, well, maybe I'll come help. And now that the apples are peeled, this is why Jamie's using this and not me.
It's a lot of slices.
There you go. It cuts all the apples into really nice slices and cores it, and then we just have to chunk them up and put them in here.
Perfect.
Yeah, it does a really good job.
It does.
And of course, the dogs will probably get a bite of this as well. All right, we're working on cutting the apples. We're taking that bitter center piece out too. You don't have to do that. That's one of the picky things I do. And then we're cutting them all up and we're putting them in a non-stick pan. But that also means, you want one? She's like, oh man, I sure would. I know you want a little apple nibble. Crunchy, crunchy. All right, let's go give one to Kira. You know, if you just came in there with us, that's what we have. Okay, stay out here. Whatever makes you happy. All right, here we go again. We got the apples in here.
It smells good too.
Now we're going to cook these over a medium-high heat, but we're going to add all of the ingredients. So this is when you add your butter, your brown sugar, your cinnamon, and your clove and nutmeg if you like clove and nutmeg. If you do decide to add clove and nutmeg, I think it's like 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg and like 1/4 teaspoon of clove or something like that. I guess to your heart's desire. But we're going to put this on medium heat pour all this stuff in there and stir it occasionally. That's the plan.
It'll get there.
Gotta add all that brown sugar. Brown sugar. Sugar.
And what is this?
Cinnamon.
Oh, mama. It's gonna take a minute.
It's gonna take a minute. It says you're supposed to cook this for about 12 minutes, so let's set a timer for 12 minutes.
All right.
It's doing a thing. It's smelling amazing.
That's delicious.
Yeah, that looks amazing. So while that is finalizing, I'm getting the cornstarch slurry prepared. So you're gonna take your 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, and you're gonna add 2 teaspoons of cold water, and you're gonna whisk it together. I'm not doing it quite yet. As soon as this is done, then I'll do that. All right, whisk your cornstarch slurry. I added my 2 teaspoons of cold water to it. And whisk it all together, make sure it's not. And then once we get that all whisked together, which doesn't really take that long.
That's pretty good.
We're gonna pour it in here and cook this for about 45 seconds to a minute. And then that should thicken this up. Kind of like pie filling. That's the plan anyway. We're gonna go ahead and preheat our oven now to 400. Yes, it's 10 o'clock at night. Don't judge us. Okay, so now the oven's preheating. The apple stuff is cooling. It thickened up quite a bit. We are rolling out our puff pastry next. Ooh, we got our first sheet of puff pastry. Look at that. It's already a 12 by 12 sheet. That's exactly what we were going for. So the next thing we're going to do is cut these into squares. Each one will be in 4 squares. All right. So we've got our puff pastry cut into squares. Now we're going to just lightly egg wash the edges. This is so it's going to stick together when we fold it together. So you want to get all the edges, just the edges. Eleanor, how did the clip of us putting the filling into the pastries magically disappear? We don't know, but we're going to re-demonstrate it for you. Yes, this is a piece of bread and not puff pastry. But I do still have the apple filling, which, by the way, gets really nice and thick after you work with it with the cornstarch. It actually works really, really well. So basically, after you egg wash your edges, you're going to take about 1/4 cup of this filling and put it kind of towards the side there. So it'll end up being about 1/4 cup. You'll put it towards the side, and then you're going to fold these over and kind of pinch them together. And then on to the next part that you actually see in the video. Look, it might not be exactly what we did, but you get the idea. At least now you know what you're supposed to be doing. Now, once you have them all done like this, like I said, just pinched together a little bit on the side, you're gonna put them in the freezer for like 5 to 10 minutes or the fridge for 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll do the next step. Okay, they sat in the freezer. Now you're gonna crimp those edges with a fork, just like that. Yeah, some of them might leak a little bit. That's okay. You just wanna try to make sure to get them edges to stay together. So first, crimp all the edges with a fork. That one's leaking a little bit too.
That's all right.
Hey, this is not perfection. This is food, and we're gonna eat it no matter what. And now we're gonna cut a couple of slits into the top. A few, 3. Yeah, 3 looks good. All right, so now
Don't forget that egg wash.
add the egg wash. I'll make them nice and brown on top. Woo-hoo. And then we're going to pop them in the oven for about 18 to 22 minutes. You want them to be golden brown. They're going to puff up a little bit because this is puff pastry. So that's kind of what you're looking for. So keep an eye on them. Once it gets to 15 minutes, make sure you're checking to make sure that it's...
Oh, I fixed it.
Yeah?
That's just perfect right there.
You missed some right here.
Oh,
All right, get them in the oven so we can eat them. Into the oven. Ready? We're going to pop it in the oven at 400 degrees for somewhere between 18 to 22 minutes. Oh my goodness. Quick reminder, pans are hot when they come out of the oven. Don't touch them like I did. These look and smell amazing. Gotta let them cool for just a few minutes, and then we're gonna finalize them with that beautiful salted caramel that we made. So we've got our salted caramel, and we've got our turnover. And now we're gonna drizzle this.
Oh, yeah, perfection.
Oh, the top of it. You know what? I'm gonna drizzle a little bit on the plate too.
You chef boyardee, you.
Oh, look at this. I'm like an artist and stuff. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
That looks amazing.
It does. You can't eat it yet. I gotta take a thumbnail.
These look good too, so that looks great.
Ah, I'm so excited. Now that looks beautiful, smells beautiful, but I guess the real test is gonna be, does it taste beautiful? Are you ready to eat this?
It will taste amazing.
It looks so cool. I've never made apple turnovers ever.
Yeah, I am.
It's so flaky. Here, well, yeah, go ahead, do it right there.
I'm ready. Let's
Go
just
ahead,
do it.
cut into it. Listen,
We're right in the half, or
cut it on the edge. Oh my goodness, we did it!
it was almost perfect crunchiness.
There's probably not a lot of apple in the very corner. Oh, you're ruining my perfect photo op turnover, man.
I am.
You should eat that bite.
Oh, I'm trying to get it. Can't do it. There you go. Okay, I'll try this.
You try that bite, but get it on your spoon before you put it in your mouth. I just want to show you guys how beautiful that looks. Okay. Do it. It might be hot. Is it still really hot? You didn't burn yourself, did you? Because I did.
It's pretty warm.
But you didn't burn yourself, right?
Not yet.
Okay, good. Because I did. But I burned my finger. Did we do it? Okay, my turn.
It's still.
It won't burn as bad as my finger did.
It might. It was pretty hot.
Well, I'm not going to put it in my mouth if it's going to burn me. Do
I
it.
know, right? Just, I think we'll find out if it's too hot.
I'm not too hot.
No. Yeah, you just can't buy that at the store. It's so easy. It's so easy.
It's so good. I can't believe we've never made those at home before.
Yeah, I mean, we cheated on the pastry dough, but I think it was worth it.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
It was totally worth it. It was perfect.
Yep. If you wanted to spend the extra time and make some pastry dough, I think we've actually made some.
And maybe we'll do that in the
Yeah.
future, but we're not doing it now. Holy cow. If you
That's
guys
amazing.
end up making these, let us know. Because that's amazing. You should make them.
That looks great.
It's amazing. I just want to eat more of it.
You can eat that corner.
Ugh.
Eat that little piece.
Well, I gotta end the video eventually.
Uh-oh. Well,
All the kitchen helpers are gone. They're outside using the
they
Oh,
are. I heard it crunch.
that is so crazy. Oh my goodness.
Awesome.
I could eat way too much of this. Okay, I gotta end the video.
Bing!
So if you guys end up making this, let us know. Super easy, super simple recipe. You should totally do this. I never would have thought to do this at home, but we had apples and we needed to make something, and why not make something different? So we hope you guys enjoyed today's video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Stay positive, dream big, and we will see you again soon. Goodbye, audience.